Hi, Steve Hughes of Hands-On Physics Education. I'm down at Dolls Rocks again. It's the 1st of August 2023 and tonight is the night of a full moon, which you can see behind me just above the horizon. Now this is a special full moon because it's a super moon, and as the name applies, that means that the moon is a bit larger than it normally is, and it does look a bit larger, maybe not so apparent on the video, but tonight coming along, when it actually came up above the horizon, it really did look much bigger than it normally would. Now the reason why we get supermoons is that the orbit of the moon around the Earth is not a perfect circle. So sometimes the moon is closer to the Earth and sometimes it's further away. The closest point is known as perigee, and the moon is close to perigee tonight. The closest is about 362,000 kilometers. Tonight it's a bit more than that, probably around about 364,000 kilometers. And then other times of the month the moon is at the furthest distance from the Earth, which is known as apogee, and that's out about 405,000 kilometers. Now, supermoons are just applied to full moons. Now, of course, at other times of the month, we can get a super new moon, super crescent, or a super half moon. And also, it's possible for the moon to be at its most distant from the Earth at apogee during full moon, and then it's a micro moon, but we can have micro new moons and micro half moons. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've just stepped out 4 meters from the camera, and let's say that represents 400,000 kilometers, and so that's when the moon is at apogee and when we've got a micro moon. Now I've cut this bit of wood off at 40 centimeters, so that's 10% of 4 meters, and that's about the variation in the distance of the moon to the Earth, from 405,000 down to 362,000. Now this table tennis ball, that's about the right scale, and so the moon, that will be about half a degree on the sky, and the moon there is also half a degree. And so that would represent there, so that's the, I'm not sure how well this is going to come out, but that's the kind of our average moon at 385,000 kilometers. And then that's going to be, that's a super moon at about 363,000 kilometers, for example. And then that there is going to be a micro moon. So not a lot of difference. So if I just rotate backwards and forwards like that, and so that's what happens as the moon goes around the Earth. It comes towards the Earth and then it goes away, essentially like a mass on the end of a spring. Now that last demonstration with the table tennis ball, that's about the right scale for the moon, but it may be difficult to see. So here I've actually got, this is a model moon, it's one of those USB lights that you plug in. So let's do the same again, and so there, that's super moon, average, micro moon, back to average again, super moon, average, micro. So maybe you'll see the difference a bit better with that. So not a lot of difference, and of course when we see a super moon, as we've got up in the sky now, there's no average moon or micro moon to compare it with. So really it's just kind of slightly subjective. But it really is bigger tonight. The supermoon is bigger, about 40% bigger and 30% brighter